Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Rivers.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Well, James Harden is both famous and infamous with his skill at getting to the foul line. Some don't like it.
Well, no doubt, David, he is one of the best. Thank you. Could be a transition free-for-all tonight, Brent. What's your feeling about going for the open three on the break rather than taking it in for a higher percentage shot in a layup?
Well, nowadays we know that the three-pointer actually means more for any given team.
Analytically, you're right.
Analytically,
yes.
But Kevin, what I'm interested in is on a given night like this where we're going to see a ton of threes, what's the decision-making of the guy with the ball? Sometimes it'll be the point guard. It might be a wing player, but how smart is he at finding the right shooter at the right time at the three-point line on those fast breaks?
Making those big decisions, you're right. A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Tucker and Capella are up front. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. And it's Green in at the three slot. B-Train out there with Shorty. Then it's D. Then it's Big Smooth. Westbrook with the steal, and now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Like rocket fuel there, so explosive. Westbrook's a one-man wrecking crew.
And they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. A shot by Harden, wide open. Off target from three-point range. Here's D. Lays it up and banks it in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
No problems knocking that one down. Westbrook's got 5 now.
Offense clicking early here, 3 for 4 to start this one.
Here's Shorty. He's covered by Westbrook. He had stolen by Capella. Harden the pass to Westbrook. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Westbrook's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
Passes it to Slaughter. Westbrook with the steal. The finish. Oh, and the jam by Westbrook.
Well, the anticipation for steals that Westbrook shows, I mean, maybe playing point guard paying off on the defensive end to help create that fast break.
Here's D. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And Greg, when you're discussing and comparing James Harden and what he's done these last few years, you have to do it on a very historic level.
He's going to go down as one of the best to ever play the game. His production is incredible, and the skill level really is groundbreaking. Easily the best off guard in the league.
Lob pass to Capella. The shot missing.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, you'd like to keep things a little more simple, and that was a play that didn't quite develop the way they wanted it.
Rockets leading by 8. Westbrook feeling it out a bit. Releases. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Here's D. Rockets with the rebound. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help. You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Connects from three-point range.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
Tipped away. Here's the break. On up the court. The pass to Beachman. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You look at Houston. They still have a firm hold on that second spot. Strong place to be.
Well, seeing where this home team is right now, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinions. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Hey, they had their opportunities, but let's face it, they choked from the line. Hard to win that way on the road.
You cannot afford to do that when you're in an opponent's building. You got to knock down free throws. That cost them.
The Rockets making a switch here. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Capella. Daniel House comes in for P.J. Tucker. Thabo Cephalosha is checked in for Green. And Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Here's the Beast. And he banks in the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Westbrook against Thompson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And he's made all 8 of his field goals here to start the game.
Houston shooting their first free throw of the evening. That's good from Westbrook.
Well, after averaging a triple-double during the 16-17 MVP campaign for Russell Westbrook, he just keeps coming at you. What an electrifying and exciting player.
Buries the long-range jumper.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. It's a 10-point game. And so it looks like the Rockets will retain possession here. Austin Rivers. He's checked in for Houston. .54 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. And that one's good. House.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Here's Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter.
Watch Eric.
Gordon deciding where to go with it.
I got him.
Shoots off the step back, and it's Houston with another.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Over the taller defender. This is why you have to stay connected to shooters on the perimeter.
Yeah, that effort just not good enough, because even if that defender was a bit taller, the shooter already locked in.
Russell Westbrook has been leading the charge for the Houston Rockets. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. We come back right after this. Now a chance to hear shooting guard Eric Gordon talk about their key to winning.
It's all about not making mistakes.
And Greg, nowadays it's all about pushing the pace.
And it's an offensive-oriented league now. When you execute and really look to attack, it puts the opposition on their heels.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at the Rockets, Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. And it's Chandler, then it's Thabo Sefolosha, and it's House in at the 4 slot. Here's Chan. Off target from outside.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
On the wing, Gordon. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
So both teams changing it up here. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams. And initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys, and it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball, Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Just 2 to shoot. Goes up at the stripe, and it's good. 2 points. Gordon's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, it appeared as though the buzzer might sound, but he calmly knocks that one down.
Here's the beast. Good work there as it goes.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Rivers gets a wide open look. The second chance effort, and Chandler lays it in. Chandler's got his first points of the night.
Chandler has had some years where you would consider him one of the most elite rebounders in the league. Uses his height that time to snag the ball.
It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from the beast. Now a timeout called by Houston. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Well, Westbrook draws so much attention, so takes advantage there, finds a teammate.
Pass to B-Train. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And here's Harden. 23 points his last outing. Poked loose. Fast break. Here we go. Here's B-Train. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. A few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Your thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over, and you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior, and you're a college player, and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
Harden outside, trying to find Capella, gets it to him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's B-Train, guarded by Harden. Rebounded by Capella.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Rockets leading by 10. Harden with it. 5 points in the game. And they pick up 2. Harden's got 7 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Had the space there, but it's offline.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first 2 shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
Outside, Green. Inside, kicks it out to Harden. Hits the three-point bomb. Harden's got 5 points in the quarter.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
It's good, and the Rocket lead is cut down to 12 points again in the basket from Chan. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here is Harden. He's got 10. The Rockets shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. The first one falls.
You know, it tells you something about Harden that he's led the league in free throw attempts so many times. This man is always in attack mode.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Poked away. Here's Chan. Oh, blows the buzzer-beating dunk. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been... Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the 3rd quarter gets under.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. It was all Russell Westbrook in the first quarter. He ended up with 19 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. Kenny, what'd you think about the Rockets?
Well, you look at the explosiveness of Russell Westbrook. Even when defenders have position on.
And that'll about.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Well, you look at Russell Westbrook in this game, he has been everywhere.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
We've got B-Train. He's out there with Shorty. Big Smooth out there with D. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And Westbrook gets it to go.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's 7 points for D. And so Westbrook will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. There's Green with the three. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist. Westbrook's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, for all the attention that Russell gets for his scoring, tonight the passing looks sharp.
And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Pass to Green, and it's blocked. Here's D. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
A moment now to see the numbers for Capella. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Averaging 13 points per game, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And his defensive presence inside, not to be overlooked. He builds a wall around the basket.
Yeah, over this whole last stretch of games, he's been shutting down the lane with total authority. Impressive stuff. Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Lob pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off.
And a boon it was for the Rockets to be able to keep Clint Capella. A great fit with the team and gives them exactly what they need on the interior.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Or 3, Westbrook. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
I mean, the guy is just cut from another cloth. No one is as competitive as Russell Westbrook. You know he's going to answer back.
And Greg Capella, who was taken near the end of the first round back in 2014 in the draft, has developed well during his time with Houston.
And Capella's game has really taken off in the last few seasons. He looks to be a double-double machine for this team for the next handful of years, and that is exactly what they need.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for Houston. Cephalosha comes in for Green. Now a timeout called by Houston. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here to check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And, of course, there's the Rockets right behind them, just 1 spot down.
And seeing where the Rockets are, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
Thompson against Westbrook. Passes to Chandler. Harden outside. And another 3 for Houston.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you still got to appreciate what he does.
And the pass to Big Daddy. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
So for the Rockets, Gordon comes in for P.J. Tucker, and it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Here's Chandler, and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea.
And perimeter scoring
I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
We get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. In second, the Rockets.
And we're getting to watch two of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
Pass to Gordon. 5 on the clock. Shot from the wing. And Houston again with the bucket.
When you run the pick and roll like they did right there, it's a thing of beauty as Eric Gordon really gets the best look at the rim on the play.
Rebound by House.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
And Big Daddy picks up the foul. That's his first foul. So both teams making some changes here. We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. Gordon kicks to Rivers. Money from the wing. Rivers has got his first basket of the night.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Pass to Chan from past the arc. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Cephalosha.
And here's a look at the stats for Slim. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
Pass to House. And here is Cephalosha. Outside Gordon. Just 5 on the clock. Cephalosha dishes to Gordon. Three-pointer. And he's good on the 3-ball. Gordon's got 5 points in the quarter.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
That bucket in no time at all. 24 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And this is his second trip to the line in the game. The first free throw is good. Good on both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's Chan. Bangs home the trifecta. 15 points in the game.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And the Rockets with possession here. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Houston Rockets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Taking a look at the Rockets, Tucker and Capella are up front. Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt, and it's Green in at the small forward.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Rockets leading by 12. And the Rockets making a change here. Westbrook's checked in. The high post shot, and there's Green on the assist by Westbrook. And the Rockets lead by 14.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Took him no time at all on that one. 11 points for B-Train.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Tucker, the pass to Gordon. Feeds to Capella, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. On Friday, they'll be facing off against DeMarcus Cousins and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Saturday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Spurs, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And if there was ever a definition of a glue guy, Greg, it would be P.J. Tucker. He's so valuable to his team.
You know, P.J. gives you production in every way, and his impact really goes beyond the stats. All the little things that coaches want their players to do, that's really the motto of Tucker's game.
Here's Shorty. There's the pass to Aguilar. Here's B-Train. Nailed from three-point land. B-Train's got 9 points now in just the second half. Rockets leading by 8. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Pass to B-Train. Low block shot, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. B-Train's got 11 points in the quarter. And so here is Houston. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Stolen.
Just a sloppy quarter of basketball. Turnovers now becoming an issue. And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Big Smooth, he's checked in for Slim. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Now a timeout called by Houston. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David.
Look, Kevin, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Double team on Westbrook. Capella inside and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's T. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Now just a 2-point Rocket lead.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
Good on the second free throw. And so here's the home team. They trail by 3. To tie it up. Basket number 8 is all good. He's attempted 12 shots.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
And it's Harden with the ball for the Rockets. Right side, Westbrook. There's the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Tucker's got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Oh! And
Talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to firm when he gets the space. Rockets have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Outside Westbrook. And right on target. Good. Westbrook's got 26 points.
And he's been demanding the ball in these situations. Westbrook with a chance to put this team away.
Here's Shorty, guarded by Green.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Houston in the lead. And it's Shorty with the foul. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And you just have to understand that hours and hours of practice mean that clutch free throws become easy.
Passes it to D. Takes the 3. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
Now Westbrook. Stolen away. Over to the left wing. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on James Harden. It's the first, and that gives them the lead. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
Yeah, one more make would have been nice, but they do walk away with the lead.
There's a minute left in the game. That one goes in.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
There's B-Train. Money!
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, D.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Lob pass to Capella. Yes!
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. The pass to Short. From deep three-point range, knocks down the trifecta.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 2. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's the Rockets now. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball here. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Westbrook. Over in the corner, Green. Can't knock in the 3. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
The 3. It's good. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.